You said, no matter what they say, the Most High put me where I am, period. Never did nothing strange for a piece of change. Now, brother, can you clear that up for the city of Detroit? I mean, you know.
Off screen, it's not what you do on screen, what you do off screen is more important. You know, I've never, ever had to sell my body sexually for any roles. God cover me.
Yes, indeed, powerful people. This is another episode of Breaking the Machine. I'm your host, Ahmad, the poet, and alongside my partner, Spank the Bank.
What up, though?
And today we be taking another incremental step in shifting the culture, season 4, and we starting off with a banger.
What a banger. We got a legend in the building, man.
We got a legend in the building,
We got a
man.
Detroit legend in the building.
Recurring guest in the building, man. We got the good brother Brandon T. Jackson in the studio with us today, man. How you doing today, King?
The seasoned Brandon T.
Yes,
Jackson.
sir.
The renewed mind.
Yes, sir. Boy,
Brandon
look good
T.
in that
Jackson.
black. What?
Praise the Most High, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's good to have you
Such
in
a
the
pleasure
studio.
to be here, man. Such a pleasure to always be in the city, you know, that I come from. 7 Mile Woodward. I know that's a little bougie, but you know, we try.
Hey.
Yeah.
It's the year of the gentleman. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. The
Yeah,
year of
yeah,
the
yeah.
gentleman.
It's
Yeah,
the year of the renewed mind.
we bringing the gentleman's back, man. You see how he got the suit on, man. Hey, I got the buffs
You got the
on.
buffs on,
What's
though.
up, man?
Detroit versus everybody.
Yeah.
And Michigan killing it right now.
Yes,
Shout out to
yes.
Michigan and the Lions.
And the Lions.
Yes.
And the
Yes.
Pistons. I don't care if they're 3-20 something. We still killing it, nigga. Fuck you, man. This the Detroit thing, baby.
Yeah,
Black
go
bottle,
blue.
we back.
Go
Oh,
blue,
yeah.
go blue. But we got a lot of questions to get to, man, because we actually supposed to do an episode last season, but we never got to get to it. So
Yeah.
it's just great that we could do it now, man. And it's actually a beautiful time now. Got a lot of topics to get to, a lot of questions. But first and foremost, I wanted to get to some things that's been going on in the media cycle with Katt Williams and the bombshell interview that he did with Shannon Sharp.
I love him.
Yeah. I think Detroit want to know this. Can I ask my question?
All right, yeah, you go ahead.
You made a post on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
And I think Detroit want to know. You said, no matter what they say, the Most High put me where I am, period. Never did nothing strange for a piece of change. Now, brother, can you clear that up for the city of Detroit? I mean, you know,
I got to clear
there's
it
a lot
up.
of shit that be going on in Hollywood. You know, niggas be wearing the dresses and shit. We just want to know, man, what did you mean by that?
Let me tell you this. First of all, it's so funny because Denzel always told me we'd be at the parties. He said, you leave 30 minutes for the devil get there. Okay? And when he would say that, I will always remember that Denzel would leave the parties early. And I follow Denzel out. I'm out. You see what I'm saying? Because when you leave 30 minutes for the devil get there, there's nothing wrong with going to the parties. Even Christ party with the sinners. You know what I mean? But when you leave 30 minutes for the devil get there, you know, you able to have your integrity. I meant off screen. It's not what you do on screen. What you do off screen is more important. You know, I've never, ever had to sell my body sexually for any roles. God cover me. And never have any studio head came on to me sexually or you know, I know that happens in the industry. Never had that happen to me. When I got the audition for my films, I read, I prayed, I fasted. You know what I mean? I fasted for my roles. You know what I mean? And I didn't fast for Big Mamas, but every role I've done, you know, but even though God was directing my path and he directed me to do these things to come out stronger, he lead me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. You know what I mean? That if you walk in the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear evil. But you got to keep going with it, and, you know, and we got to be sensitive to every community to understand the learning experience through all these things we have, you know? That's why it's the year of the gentleman. That's what we're doing. We're taking it to the next level.
That definitely was a season answer. I like that. I was like, yay, do I walk through the valley of shadow of death? I like that.
But we can sing of God's mercies, too. We always sing of judgment. You know, God's going to kill everybody. God has mercies, and they do it forever. And we don't ever talk about God's mercies. You know what I mean? You know, look at David. He stole another man's wife and killed Uriah.
He did.
Like that's a lot, man.
But that's somewhat of an old adage, you know, people talking about, you know, dresses in Hollywood and stuff. But like, what's the solutions? You know, everybody's talking about the problems and, you know, how
I love that Katt Williams brought out all the problems of life, but what's the solution? You know, like Katt makes probably, I'm gonna say $500,000 a show. His Dark Matter tour is sold out. Shout out to him.
Shout out to Katt Williams.
Shout out to Katt, man.
Love Katt.
$500,000 could have made 10,000 Tubi movies that he wrote. A Tubi movie costs about $5,000 if you really want.
Yeah, I was in 4, man. Go check them out.
Shout out to all my Detroit brothers that's making films. Shout out to all Detroit and the brothers out here and people, women, everybody, not just brothers, that's making movies that can impact our culture. And that's another thing. When I look at Katt's interview, I love the fact that he gave the problem. But I'm here to bring solutions because I've been through the fire and I'm coming out shining like gold. You know, I've been through the fire. It's one thing to say don't do something, but then when you do it, understand how to learn from everything.
So can a Tubi movie compete with a Hollywood film or Netflix?
What you mean by that?
Like, do you think it'll ever be to a point where people can sustain themselves from Tubi movies completely?
No, Tubi's a network owned by Fox.
It is, because on the Super Bowl, it was a commercial for Tubi.
Tubi's amazing. Tubi's a network owned by Fox. So it's all a network. So you mean, you're more talking about can the producers make quality films? The thing is, when we talk about solutions, I wrote a book called The Producer's State of Mind. And I wrote a book called The Actor's State of Mind. To get people to understand, we need to raise up great producers. We need to raise up great actors to do this. You know, Detroit, we might not have Denzel Washington, but we got Denzel Washington. We can get Denzel Washington for $5. We could get we might have Ethan Hawke. We got Evan Falcon.
Right.
What I'm saying is that the producers and our creative minds make the film. You know what I mean? And whatever we choose to put out, of course. You know what I mean? They have industry cameras. You can shoot a movie on iPhone. We were talking about that earlier. You can shoot a movie on iPhone. So it's about teaching. We always talk about the problem. How do we teach brothers to make a better image? I got 2 books out. My producer State of Mind is funny because I was led to write it before all this came out. And the Producer State of Mind, that book drops January 15th. And I'm doing my conference March 29th through the 31st at our production studio over here, DR2 Films, at our production studio. And these are opportunities for us to make great films. You know what I mean? Us to write our own narrative. You know, let's not cry about things we can change. Now, Katt Williams could have took $500,000 of his money that he's going to make on one show, because he's probably going to make like $10 million. I would urge Katt to either invest in young artists, you know, young producers, get a fund.
Yeah, it is all about the youth. It's all about the younger people.
It is.
Yeah, well, it's young or whatever.
Young,
it's about producers. So get a fund and produce quality content that uplifts our people and uplifts humanity and all. Because we are the teachers of humanity. You know what I'm saying? So we can't just be like, oh, the white man's the devil. You know, everybody be telling, stop. Black people are the devil too. Everybody the devil. When you're not walking in a renewed mind, everyone's the devil when you're not walking in a renewed mind. So I laugh at it because we want to point the finger to everybody else, but when it's pointed at us, we want to deflect. Let's not do that no more. The solution is that we have producers, writers, directors that's ready for someone like Katt Williams to give them some funding, because he can fund it.
Global State Production, I know they wait,
Because here's where the test comes. You can go on Shannon Sharp and identify the problem, but when you got a brother with a solution, we got a production studio right here in Detroit. 3 stories, Greenfield Plaza. DR2 Productions. You know what I'm saying? We already have funding, but we would love Katt Williams to come and do some things with us. I would love to partner with Katt Williams to do some films and put a lot of more Detroit brothers on the map.
Have you ever met?
Of course, I've met Katt Williams plenty of times, but we never sat down and have a conversation like we're having now. Katt always came to me like, I'm Brandon T. Jackson, let me tell you something, you know. He would come with his I'm not talking to you because you did this. And I'm like, you spoke to me through the media, which, like I said earlier, and we as brothers, we have to sit down and have a conversation and love each other and build a future that's going to help each other empower. Because we can break everything down. Ricky Smiley did this and Brandon T. Jackson did that, and we've seen these things, and the devil and the Illuminati, come get my tickets for my tour. The Dark Matter tour. You know what Dark Matter means? See, when you deal in energy and understanding the cosmic energy type, he's dealing in dark matter, which is, it's actually dope. Because the dark out of the abyss, God brought light. Out of the darkness, light has to come. And if he wants to deal in dark matter, I'm going to deal in light. The kingdom is light. You know what I'm saying? So I urge him, after he gets out of the dark matter, because he said it's God's side or the devil's side.
Right.
But Katt, are you going to help fund God's side? And the producers and the things, you realize how much money that we can put our money together? These are solutions. We can put our money together right now in a fund. Get Robert Smith. So if they're going to steal the money, get Robert Smith in. Robert Smith don't need our money. He's a billionaire, black billionaire. Get his team to help to manage the fund. We take $1 a day and we put it towards that fund. For films, for land. This is why certain communities don't feel sorry for us, because we spend $1.2 trillion a year and then complain about something we can change. Exactly. It's called ridiculous. It's called the definition of insanity, doing the same thing and expecting different results. Because we love the trauma. We love the dark matter. But we got to come into the kingdom. That's a different game. It's a mindset. It's not just a church. It's a mindset. The kingdom mindset is higher than race, religion. It's spiritual.
It's a perspective, though, because when you think about it, in a lot of wealthy people, what I would think is they feel like somebody got to lose for everybody to win.
That's not my mindset. That's not the kingdom mindset.
I feel like that's the problem.
Well, we talking solutions.
I don't feel like every wealthy person feel like you got to win or lose. I mean,
I don't think every wealthy person, but I feel like if somebody didn't feel like that, why wouldn't we all do that? I mean, his idea is like a win-win for everybody.
Right. Yeah, it is.
But somebody has to be the initial investor, put up the,
$1,
the one,
the cash app, $1.
It ain't about the dollar. Because
$1.2 trillion a year we spend. If we all gave $1. We could do anything. We could build.
The thing is, I don't even want to play like devil's advocate, no type of devil's advocate
Let's talk
at all.
about the problems.
But the reason I'm saying that is because we've said this idea for so many years,
and we chose not to do it.
So
that's not on white people.
That's on us.
That's not on Katt William. That's not on nobody. Stop asking your preacher to do something you can do. You are the preacher. We keep doing the same thing over and over. Stop waiting for a man to come save you. If the sky ain't cracking and the apocalypse ain't here, then I don't want to hear nothing about no man try to save you. You are the Christ. You are the kingdom. He said, better works you shall do. Where's that at? But let it be a GoFundMe for some trap album. And then it's out. We can choose.
I saw you working on a project, the Brandon T. Jackson podcast. How's that going?
Yeah, what's so hilarious, and I have the same conversation with my producer, and I hope he sees this. Don't complain about something you can't change. I literally, personally, my partner in that is one of my good friends who is a genius comedic mind, and I refuse to work with anybody else right now in the podcast. So he has a lot of reasons why the rest of the season is not shot. So his reasons to me sound like excuses, and he's my best friend, and I'm not going to put him under the bus. But
it's still something you're working on. It's still something you want to roll on.
I'm working. When my best friend realizes that he can overcome anything he put his mind to because he's a great, then we're going to have it done. But until then, I'm not releasing any more episodes of the Brandon T. Jackson podcast. So not right now.
How has it been, hitting the road? I see you got Still Detroit coming up.
Yes.
How was it being on the stage still? Like,
Amazing. I sold out. I'm selling. I'm not doing arenas yet, but I'm doing, comedy clubs. I'll be in Dallas January 12th. And I mean, I'm conscious, but I'm also fun.
Mm-hmm. How do you balance that?
It's amazing.
No, being conscious and fun. Like
just have fun with it.
Yeah. You just got to address the elephant in the room.
Just have fun. Like, what's this? Everybody's so serious, and then nothing happens. So I got to have fun. Everybody be like, nigga, we need to do this, we need to do that, and do that. And they go home and jack off. Like, you like, yo, I thought you just said, I'm being real. Not saying like that, but I'm saying they go home and do some BS. They on the scrolling, waiting for the next dopamine hit from a post.
Damn.
But but that dopamine hit you was looking at, you could have put $1 a day. $1 a day towards the black fund, the redemption fund. Where's the redemption fund?
I did want to ask you, have you seen the new trailer? I believe it's Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Yeah, it looks
amazing. Have you seen the new trailer? What's your thoughts on it? What's your thoughts on it?
I think it looks like a great movie.
And I didn't know. So, and I had a question about the previous one, because last time you was on, you was like, man, I did Beverly Hills Cop 4, Beverly Hills Cop 4.
The TV show.
I'm like, it was a TV show. Because I'm looking, it's so much footage there. I'm like, did y'all shoot the whole thing? Or like,
yeah, this is where intellectual properties come in. That's why I was telling you about IPs. That's why I create my own intellectual properties. And when you say these things, it comes, well, what about this? Who owns Beverly Hills Cop? Who owns these things? Who owns Rocky? Sylvester Stallone even own Rocky.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. He's been fighting for the IP. The answer for what we're talking about is in intellectual properties.
I was just about to say IP is intellectual property.
Get my book, The Producer and the Actor's State of Mind. Intellectual properties is the key. You see what I'm saying? You got Beverly Hills Cop coming out, right? When y'all get my book, Detroit City Cop, you know what I mean? I own that IP. I can sell that IP to a studio. I love all of it.
I was working alongside Eddie Murphy.
It's amazing. It's amazing working with Eddie Murphy, and I hope he shares the profits and the IP, the intellectual property. Because Eddie Murphy wrote a lot of things.
Yeah, he did.
He wrote a lot of things. IP. No, he wrote a lot of things that he owned IP for. He wrote, Eddie Murphy's a really great writer also.
Yeah.
Writer, producer, all those things.
He's the godfather.
Yeah. So it's like, but Jerry Bruckheimer owns Beverly Hills Cop. As far as I know, it was at Paramount, but the IP was licensed to, and that's why we got to learn the business. We got to stop complaining about, the gatekeepers and this. We got to talk about, how does the business work?
When did you become business savvy? Because I've been around you, and you are very business minded. Like I hear comments, I'm like, damn, you know a lot about business. When did you really step into that?
Well, my father and my family own the only African-American faith-based network in the world. The first African-American faith-based network owned. We're in 100 million homes. Why are we not talking about this? Why are we not talking about that we have our own network? Why are we not talking about the production studios that was built in Detroit, the gyms and the blocks that we built? My grandfather, Horace Jackson, has a street named after him because he was an honorable man. It's in the blood. My great-grandfather, Jackson, Mississippi, he was a free slave, owned horses and land. This is called bloodline blessings. No man can curse me. Only God can curse me or bless me, and that's it. That's why I don't care what people say about me. Oh, you did this. I don't care. God is the one that raises a man up. And I leave 30 minutes for the devil get there.
Can you talk about that, though? Because that's deep. Talk about, if you could talk about like the blessings and the challenges that come with inheritance or like legacy, coming from like a legendary family.
I want
like
black people to understand legacy more, because sometimes I feel ashamed to say my father, my grandfather, my great-grandfather. But that's what we all striving for. Do you think you want your kids to live a life that of not
self-made?
legacy?
Yeah.
You want to keep the curses going? No. So when I say my father my grandfather has a street, my father owned the block. and we built the production studio, and I own films. Then my son said, my great-great-grandfather got a street. My father owns a block. My grandfather owns a block. And my dad owns the movies. That's a legacy. We can't be afraid of legacy as men. We can't be afraid of legacy. Like
everybody want to be self-made, you know?
Okay, then what? You leave it
You don't go nowhere.
So no, self-made. Rockefeller was self-made. Then he left it to his children. I mean, this is what I'm saying. What is this start from scratch spirit? What is this the redemption program? We got to start talking about the solutions. This problem stuff. But well, how do we? Well, I came from nothing. Okay, cool. He didn't. He did. He didn't. So you came from nothing. You broke the curse. You want your son to come from nothing too?
Hell no.
That makes no sense.
Hell no.
It's just common sense right now.
Yeah, it is.
Some of the stuff is not even on renewed mind, whatever. Like you said, woke. Nobody want to say that no more.
Yeah.
Like, that's stupid. This is just common sense.
How would you say family, fatherhood has changed your perspective on life?
I see myself turning into my father. And starting to understand why he told me to turn the lights out. Because them bills are...
Bills high. Yeah.
Black fathers always talking about the bills. These bills, no matter how much money they got, they still, you know what I mean? So, you know, coming from a legacy, it's a little, sometimes I feel like I got to hide it. Because I was not raised in a way, I was always in the neighborhood, but even in the neighborhood, everybody would come over to our house to eat, and we would always feed everybody. And then they would backstab us, man. They don't, you know, jealousy. So you have jealousy on both ends. You have jealousy from sometimes other nations, and you have jealousy from your own people.
Did you grow up in a two-family household?
Yes, I grew up with a mother and a father. I grew up with my grandfather passed, God rest his soul. They were married. My grandmother and my grandfather were married, and my great-great-grandfather were married, and they were married.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful line.
That's what I'm saying. And why is that a problem? Not you. Why am I ashamed to say that?
Because, well, envy, jealousy, people can be jealous of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, I understand that because I come from a two-family household. And the more I think about, like, my upbringing, like, damn, it was good to see that. You know, to see my mom and dad, you know, together through whatever. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't get that.
Imagine having a space big enough for your grandparents to live there, too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my grandma lived with us.
That's what I'm saying. Like, imagine having a space. I feel like a lot of some black families might not have the space for that. You know what I'm saying? For everybody to live comfortably, you know, together.
And that's why we work to build, to help others build that. And then you can't get mad about a solution. I watch people backstab my father years, man. They have the nerve to say, oh, he's taking money from the church. I was there. You better believe, I'm telling you right now, if my dad wasn't what he did off screen, is what we say, wasn't a man of God at home, y'all would see me on drugs acting crazy. This is a product of somebody who seen his father be righteous at home.
That's deep.
I don't care what y'all say. I'm tired of these narratives about my father taking tithes. Let me tell you something. My dad don't need nobody's money. He owns a network. He owns a network. He don't need no church money. Actually, matter of fact, he's funding the church. I've seen it with my own eyes. And if I didn't see it, I would talk junk about it and I wouldn't believe in anything. My dad is funding most of that church. He's taking money from the community. You know how long it took us to buy that block to put a gym and a health center there? We just now got it.
And where is it? Where is this block?
See, where is it? Let's see what I'm saying. Nobody ever. No, I'm not mad, but this is my issue. Nobody ever knows where the good stuff is.
Right.
It's because
where's Shade Room at?
Instagram.
It's on Instagram, right? But where's Impact Network at?
I don't know.
What channel? Exactly. You know where the Shade Room is, but you don't know where our network is.
Right.
When we putting positive black images out, I don't want to hear nothing about no problems.
Yeah, just got to change the narrative because oftentimes when you promote the good, you do it seem like boasting. That's why a lot of people don't like to show the good they do because it's just like, why'd you need to show that?
I will boast on the mercies of God. I will boast on the mercies of God.
And I think there's nothing wrong with that.
If it is, I hope you get diarrhea tonight. Period. I do not care about boasting on the mercies of God. Because if you leave your hands in the hands of people, especially sometimes our people, you will they love watching when you're down.
Something I wanted to talk about. I don't know if you had a question.
No.
Okay.
I had
something I wanted to talk about. I saw you post a screenshot and it blew my mind. You know Lauryn Hill? You have a relationship with Lauryn Hill?
Yes, I'm building.
Man,
I'm building a relationship with Lauryn Hill. She's great.
Man. I was like, man. How was so? It was like she has a relationship with your family, or is it something that kind of
the
built over time?
Most High is doing something
Connecting people.
Yes, connecting people.
Okay,
right timing.
Man, I love Lauryn Hill, man. I grew up on her
amazing.
music, man. She's a legend, man.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
Off one album.
She the best in my opinion. I swear, best in my opinion, man.
Yeah, Lauryn Hill's amazing.
Yeah, she definitely is. Yeah. Why you? That's my question. Why you think black people are scared to prosper?
I don't know.
You don't know. I feel like that's what you. When I hear you talking, I'm hearing you prospering. You know what I'm saying? You're doing the right thing, but we look at it as like a bad thing. Oh, he think he's better than everyone, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? You just prospering.
That's what I'm saying. But then when we doing bad, y'all like y'all mad at that too.
Yeah.
Or the community. I won't say y'all. Or the mentality of a community. I don't know, bro. I don't put myself in the hands of man anymore. That would drive you insane.
It will.
Because the fact is, it was funny. I didn't even think about that. You brought up a thought that didn't even come to my mind and saying, well, we could be jealous of you because you look that you're prospering.
Yeah.
But we all want to prosper.
We do.
But then you mad at your brother prosper? That makes no sense whatsoever.
Ain't that part of the 10 Commandments? Do not look at your neighbor. I don't know. I mean, shut the fuck up.
No, I didn't. No, it's not coveted. I'm just like, I'm still processing that thought that went through your mind, and I'm trying to understand it because it's such a low frequency thought. No offense to you.
Yeah.
That I would never think that about my brother, and it's not on you.
No, I know that.
You saying that community can get mad at you, because you're doing well.
Yeah, that's just something that I experienced my whole life. Like I said, being from the neighborhoods, and you see it working in the neighborhoods, you see why other kids get mad or other people get mad when somebody prosper, because they want to prosper as well too. So that's why a lot of people. That's why they kill you. That's why
the kill thing.
It kill you, do all that type of stuff because they want it too. Or if he got it, I could take it. Now that's the crazy part. Once you prosper, now you got to keep it because somebody is trying to take it.
I get what he's saying.
You know, that's a scam because you're not gonna go over to Bloomfield Hills and Beverly Hills.
I was just about to say that.
But in your own neighborhood,
that's corny. That's.
But that's what happens in our neighborhoods.
But but that's corny. But then
it's both sides.
But then there's a police officer that comes put you in jail and then they make money off you. Like that has nothing to do with anything.
I mean, it's just easier. I feel like in the neighborhood, you're easier access to get to.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying that is a mentality that's chosen. Oh,
yeah?
Because when God sends messengers and teachers, you notice every time I bring up a solution, no offense, you're arising a problem on what the community would say.
Yeah, you're right. I ain't mad.
So that's why I'm saying that's the choice to bring forth a solution. That's why I don't feel sorry for anything. I have empathy, but the choose life or death is what I'm saying. And that's what Christ said. That's what every great prophet. I mean, we can go down the list. How many more prophets that God got to send for us to be like, oh yeah, we get it.
So
like, stop.
What's your vision for the youth then? What is your solution going to be for the city of Detroit or for the youth in the city of Detroit?
Well, we only work in solutions. Right. I've been working in solutions. I took 7 years out of my career and left to build community. We have multiple solutions. Already websites up right now.
Can you tell our
listeners
what the website is?
I got to talk to my partner to make sure he's ready to do it because it was both of our IP together.
But tell them where to get the book.
Yeah,
has the book already
we can
dropped?
start with producing is something that I do personally. When it comes down to giving and receiving, we have a platform that has been built and it's already up. It's already working, but I don't want to, because me and my brother share the IP in it, I don't want to offend my brother. See, I think about my brother first.
Yeah.
I don't want to offend him by dropping the information and he's not ready to receive the situation. I will have to get a permission because we both have 50% or we have,
No, that's like we went through this morning. I know y'all was talking last night. He was like, "Yo, Brandon want to do the episode at 5 in the morning," but my phone was off. And then I woke up. I finally saw the text or whatever, and I told him like, "Man, you could have did it, without me." But then he was like, he was thinking about me.
Exactly. He wants you to get the shine. I want my brother to get the shine. I don't want to do. I don't want. I can tell you what I own outright and what we can do together. From far as the solution to what Katt Williams was saying. The solution is to control the images, first of all. So we have to start, and we started already. Listen, we are the #1 film hub, independent film hub, Detroit. Y'all know that? Right now, independent.
Yeah, I can see that. Do like Tubi and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
We're the #1. We have made Tubi billions of dollars.
Yeah, I see. It's a lot of like the guy that played Biggie. He done a couple roles here in Detroit.
We are the #1 film. That's the start.
Yeah.
Now look, you ready? They completely have full control creatively over what they're doing.
They do.
There's no studio sane.
No, you're right.
And that's why we got to stop blaming Hollywood. There's no studio. And I'm not down in Tubi movies. So I got to be careful what I say. Just say it like this. You have all the power in your hands to make a film. Are we making uplifting things for the culture with the power in our hands?
They all hood movies. Damn.
No.
I ain't gonna say that.
There's nothing wrong with There's nothing wrong with a neighborhood movie.
Yeah.
What's the message behind it? I got Trap City that I produced with Young Jeezy and Omar Gooding that I built the financing for, that I produced. It's one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. Producing a film from scratch, finding the writers, finding the producers. Finding the financiers. It was the hardest thing I've ever done. That's why I wrote this book, The Producer's State of Mind. The Producer's State of Mind shows you the ABC to producing films.
And when does that drop?
January 15th.
January 15th.
The Producer State of Mind. We are doing a conference of the actors and the State of Mind conference March 29th through the 31st at our production studio in Detroit. You can fly anywhere. You can get tickets on my site, brandontjackson.love. These are solutions. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We keep talking about problems. Well, what if they kill you because what if they killed that person because they got buffs on? Bro. Solutions. We solutions, bro.
If you had 30 seconds to tell the world one message, what would you tell them?
Kingdom over everything.
Hey.
That's it. And the kingdom is us as a family. You see what I'm saying? It's not a religious sector. I love all spiritualities that bring us to the higher plane of family and love and God and the Most High. But this is not a religious sector. This is a family crest. I wear my family crest wherever I go because this is your family crest too. You see what I'm saying? Remember when Master P put the chains on? The no limit chains? Everybody should be having a kingdom emblem. Y'all gotta get it through the trademark system, but we'll make sure we get y'all because it's trademarked. You know what I mean? You just can't walk around with a situation without getting a trademark situation going. But we're willing to give out these seals because it's about family. And that's where it becomes. First of all, it's family first. What happens when someone hit me? Oh, we's gonna laugh?
Whole family coming in.
That's what every other nation do. And we talk about this, but we just get mad. What's the spirit of negativity that comes in us when one of us win? What's the spirit of negativity that comes in us when one of us loses and we laugh? We laughing at TD Jakes' fall. We laughing at Diddy's fall. Why are we doing this? Why are we not praying for their redemption? Why do we want to laugh at the devil done exposed them? Okay, now that the devil has, that someone has been deceived, allegedly, by the way, and we find out to be true, where's the redemption program? Because I tell you that was Charlie Sheen. They would have 2 more TV shows and 6 more churches. Period. Where's our redemption program?
It comes back to family, bro.
Go back to family.
You saying some real shit.
Mel Gibson can say anything and come back with a movie about human trafficking because they have a redemption program. Trump has done everything under the sun and is coming back to run for president.
Redemption.
That he has a redemption program. Where is our redemption program as a people? That's what I bring. I bring solutions to redeem. I will sing of the mercies of God, period. Y'all can have this. Oh, he did that. Y'all can have that. That's an Old Testament. We're going to bring the New Testament out. The kingdom is over everything, and that's what I stand for fully. And it's not a religion. This is a lifestyle. And that's what it is. You saw me. I drank a little wine, got some water before I came here because I'm in Christ's mindset.
Turn the water into wine. Back in the water again, man. We appreciate you, man, coming on the show, man, and just gracing us with your presence, bro.
You too, brother.
This has been a long time coming, man. We always love having you on, bro.
Hope I wasn't too deep.
No, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. Just move me, man.
Nah,
like, you got me looking at my life more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's my solutions?
What's the solutions, man?
Yeah,
Thank you,
man.
Katt Williams, for bringing the problems.
Yeah, man.
Now, Brandon T. Jackson is been through the fire. He's going to bring the solutions. So I appreciate that. He deals in dark matter. Y'all going to make sure y'all support his tour. And my tour is called Still Detroit. Y'all look out for my Instagram at Brandon T. Jackson. Go to BrandonTJackson.love. to know to any information you want to know about what I'm doing.
Solutions to the problems, man. This has been another episode of Breaking the Machine. Man, make sure you tune in next week for another episode, man. We back season 4, man, doing big and great things, man. This is my poet, Spank the Bank, Brandon T. Jackson. This is Breaking the Machine. You dig? That's a wrap.
You dig?
I got to put the buffs on.